afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium video, bringing you a Ho-Oh team. Now, in the last episode, I actually enjoyed using Ho-Oh a lot, so I wanted to give it another shot here on the channel. This time around, running an Assault Vest Ho-Oh, just because, you know, I don't like getting one-shot by things, and I think that being specially tanky is a great idea, especially since, you know, Electric's a very special typing, and Water's a very special typing. Let's avoid getting one-shot by water and electric types. The issue with Ho-Oh is that fire flying is not the greatest type in the world, but thankfully, the defenses on this Pokemon are very strong. The offenses on this Pokemon are very strong. It has access to steel moves, has access to ground moves, flying moves, and fire moves, which is pretty darn good. Now, in order to round off the Ho-Oh, I did decide to actually put it on a Kyogre team, which I know sounds a little bit strange. But think about it, they deal with each other's weaknesses very well, and I feel like Kyogre with Choice Scarf is a very great Pokemon to have in the current meta, so I kind of want to use it. This Pokemon's dumb. Like, there's no other reason to use it on my team. Anyway, we also do have the Landorus here on the team just as another flying type, and, you know, just coming back from the last team that we were using, I felt like the Landorus was a great addition. It's great against Zacians, along with the Ho-Oh. Has Intimidate, so it can be very useful in that matter. We also do have the Tornadus here because Tornadus does well with the Kyogre. And you know what Tornadus does. We have the Serena just to avoid any Rillaboom shenanigans. And then finally we have the Gothitelle, which you guys know I love Gothitelle so much. We did use Gothitelle earlier on the channel when we were running the Calyrex Ice and Groudon team. So I want to bring it back, see what it can do here in the Ho-Oh team. If you guys are excited to see this team on the channel, you know what to do. Hit the like button down below. And without further ado, let's get started with the video. Oh, what is happening? Oh, great. We're going against another Ho-Oh team with a Groudon. A Groudon, Lilligant, Meowstic, Comfey. How many support mons do you need? What? Do we just Torn here? Torn Ogre, Is that the answer? Maybe not. Maybe Tornlando Ogre in the back. Let's do Tornlando Ogre Ho-Oh. I got a lot of questions for my opponent. They got 4 support mons and 2 mons that do damage. Both of the damage dealers are physical attackers. So what is their answer to my Landorus just kind of just going back and forth over and over and over? Man, I wish I was running my IC team here. If I was running my IC team, I'd have Landorus and Incineroar constantly intimidating over and over. I mean, obviously we know that Lilligant's going to do Lilligant things with, you know, Sleep Powder and Teeter Dance and After You and all that fun stuff. Yo, and before this is an Eruption Groudon, though. What if this is an Eruption Groudon? I'm just going to be completely swept turn 1. No, I refuse. I have Kyogre. I have the swap in. I'm not gonna, you know, fall prey to a Sun team this quick in the metagame. Or this quick in the episode, even. This is the first battle. Alright, opponent. Master Ball in the lead. It's gonna be straight Sun right off the bat. Hey, man. Fine. Like, I'm almost at a point where I don't want to bring in Ogre yet. Totally could. And it wouldn't harm us to do it. What is this? Oh, okay. So that's their answer to Intimidate is a White Herb. I'm going to Rain Dance here. Just so I don't have to bring in the Ogre. And then I'm going to Dynamax and... I don't think I have a reason not to just Rock Ball this. Oh, wait, why am I Rain Dancing? I just wasted a move. I should have Tailwinded. I'm changing the weather anyway. I'm Rain Dancing to change the weather into Rock. Whatever. I made a mistake. It's my bad. The optimal play was to Tailwind, folks. If I went for Airstream, then the optimal play would have been to Rain Dance. But hey, it is what it is. Let's just get rid of a Ho-Oh here if we can. We already outsped, which is good news. If they're Dynamaxing something, they Dynamax nothing. You gotta Dynamax one of these 2 mons. You have nothing else to Dynamax, right? The rest of the team was Lilligant and Meowstic. And a Riolu. Is this just dead Ho-Oh? Well then. Sure. I also broke Sash on my, Rock Slide's gonna suck too. Landorus is gonna dodge. Unfortunately, Tornadus was the one that wanted to dodge, but hey, it is what it is. Alright. Cool. Now I gotta deal with Groudon, and then they have no attackers left. Sending out the what? The Meowstic. That carries Trick Room, which can get annoying. So I'm gonna make an attempt to taunt it. I don't quite necessarily need to Tailwind yet, since we already saw how the speed tiers do roll. What? Okay. Well, we're gonna taunt anyway. Can't use Reflect after taunt. That's what I like to see. Here's a Max Quake. Great damage onto Meowstic. Meowstic is essentially a non-factor right now, right? A taunted Meowstic doesn't do anything. So now if I set Tailwind up, get the Max Airstream off on the Lilligant, we should be in an even better position than before. We have to set Tailwind up here for the reason being that Groudon's going to swap in, and we at least want to match the Tailwind. Another option for us could have been to Rain Dance there. Battle was canceled. Wow, that was an experience, huh? That was definitely an experience. Man, on to the next. Okay, this looks like a little bit more serious of a team. It is a Sun team with a Calyrex in the back, and also a Gastrodon, which kind of sucks for us, because Gastrodon does stop my Kyogre from doing Kyogre things. They had a lot of counters to things. I mean, should I call their bluff? And bring my Ogre anyway? Not caring about their Gastrodon? Might not be a bright idea to do that, though. Actually, I could do Goth and Ogre. Force them not to switch. Bring Serena in the back. Do I need Tailwind here? I mean, maybe, maybe not. I think I should bring Ho-Oh, though. Ho-Oh with the Assault Vest is super useful in this scenario against a mostly special team. Unfortunately, they do have a Groudon, which I'm going to have to deal with right away. But if I lock them in, they can't switch, right? So that's my whole idea with the Gothitelle here. Is that if I hold on... I mean, assuming they don't leave with Calyrex, which they usually never do. I lock them on with Gardevoir and just Water Spout away. Then they can't switch a Gastrodon. They can't switch a Calyrex. You know, I have some more options that way. Issue being, hey, what if they decide to lead Gastrodon and Calyrex? Well, then I lose. That's kind of the big issue number one there. Well, we'll see. We will see. Calyrex and Grim. Yikes. Yikey. Yikey, yikey. Alright. Don't love that. At least that kind of... What do I even do? I think I fake out the Grim. And Origin Pulse this. And then just hope that Calyrex doesn't want to switch. I feel like I have to Origin Pulse. I am Scarfed, but I think Calyrex still outspeeds me. I'm pretty sure Calyrex still outspeeds me. I feel like Zacian doesn't, Calyrex does. That's the way the math works. Or something along those lines. I go up to 156 times 1.5. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Here comes Gastrodon. Here comes Gastrodon. I mean, I had no other choice there, though. At least want to do some significant damage onto the Grim if I can. There's a Storm Drain. And there's the Avoid. Great. Okay, off to a phenomenal start. Couldn't be better. Love this. Best situation to be in right now. I guess we Psychic. And I guess we Heart Swap. Oh, I needed damage off. That Grim is going to take over the game. At least I stopped Queenly Majesties from happening here. But all in all, I'm just not in a great place. Yeah, at least I do stop that. All right, that's good. At least it doesn't set up screens. And I did just lock both of them in here. And I got a free crit. Okay. Icy Wind, don't love that. Definitely don't love that. Like I said, they're both locked here, though. So this might be a certain situation where I could Trick Room. That could be risky, though. So let me not yet. I think I honestly switch the Goth out into the Ho-Oh now. And go for the Power Whip onto Gastro. Removing Gastro here will be big. It just enables my Kyogre to take over the game. With Water Spouts if I have to. Of course you're going to do that. Which also means they're switching out next turn. But hey, if they're switching out next turn, I double into it with everything I got. They Spear Break into Serena. We do eat it up. Not well, though. Surely they got to switch out of that spot, though. I want to Dynamax with Ho-Oh and Steel Spike. And I'm going to Protect here just because I feel like they're switching that spot. Let's see how much damage we can get onto this Grim. If not, knock it out. By switching out of my Goth, I definitely did just screw myself a little bit. Yeah, there's a swap. I mean, that's fine. Into the Groudon. Gonna get the Sun Up. Wait, that's a risky swap. I could have Power Whipped that spot. That would have done so much damage to Groudon, man. Oh, I almost regret that decision. Look. I mean, I still can. But keep in mind that I was Icy Winded, so I think I'm going to have to switch back into my Gothitelle, if anything. Let me Protect this. They definitely want to go for that Serena spot. But here's a Steel Spike, which is going to be nice for our defenses. Gorgeous damage. Look at that. Goodbye, Grim. And now in comes Callie, unfortunately. Thankfully, we do know their whole team. All right, we know the 4 that they brought. Callie's such a good switch in right there, though. Callie's an amazing switch in. I could Helping Hand boost and try to knock out the Callie. They switch Gastro there? Hold on, that's throwing. That is throwing, right? Surely that's throwing. Because now I just set up some free Airstreams. Let me actually Flare the Groudon. This might be like my one and only opportunity to Flare the Groudon. And then let me get my Gothitelle in here to lock them in. Now I know they can't switch. They actually didn't throw in the Callie there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. If I get rid of... Oh, wow, they're Dynamaxing right away. I do have a +1 defense, so I'm confident that I might be able to take 1 Rock Slide. Max Rockfall, though? Maybe. I'll try. I'll definitely give it a shot. I'll give it a whirl. I could have Helping Hand boosted myself there as well, but it is what it is. Gastro protects, okay. That's fine. That's a waste to protect. Groudon quakes? Into my God? What is happening? Fine. I guess just trying to raise his special defense while it has a chance. Well, here's a Max Flare into your Groudon spot. Wow, it takes that, like, almost too well. That is scary. Is this, like, a tanky Groudon set? I am not super offensive, but I'm also not super weak. I'm going to Helping Hand boost an Airstream into the Gastro. If I knock out Gastro here, I feel a little bit better. Oh, the Groudon's trying to make itself tanky so for when the Kyogre comes back in. That could be problematic. Could be. Not will be. Could be. Here's an Airstream. Great damage. Gonna knock out the Gastrodon. Kyogre can now come in without having to worry about that threat just sitting on the field the whole time. Goodbye, you stupid slug. Here's the Rockfall. We have the +1 defense. And they do seem to be tank. They're still going for God. They must be really worried about Trick Room. There's like no other thought process that I could think of beyond that. Okie dokie then. I think we go back into Ogre right now. I think we hope that we're faster. I never did that math I was doing before. 156 times 1.5. It is 234. I do believe full speed Calyrex should be 2222222, right? We'll see. We'll find out soon enough. We got the rain back up. So I think now we go for the Iron Head to Cali and the Water Spout here. Yes, we outspeed everything. Bada bing, Water Spout. Groudon lives at 1 and has a berry. You're definitely a defensive Groudon, my friend. You are the most defensive Groudon. Oh, that's dirty. Here's Natural Barrage. I believe we both take it, though. Yeah, we do both take it because it's not Life Orb. Here's an Iron Head. And now Max Rockfall will connect onto the Ho-Oh. Will knock out my Ho-Oh. But here's the good news that's left. We still do have a Serena in the back, and that's the last turn that Groudon has in Dynamax. I do have a choice, though. Oh, I locked myself. Okay, Groudon, unfortunately, does have spread moves. Serena outspeeds Groudon, I think. My Serena set is max speed. Okay, I'm max speed on the Serena with Adamant Nature, but I am still max speed. And this Groudon is definitely not max speed because they're tanky. So we Power Whip and we Water Spout. Groudon protects. They're just trying to get some chip damage in here. I understand with the sand to lower my Kyogre's Water Spout damage. Like, I know I could Helping Hand here, but I think it's not enough given the defense that the Groudon did give itself earlier. So I might as well go for the Power Whip. And then Water Spout combination. Let's see. Whew. This can still go either way. This is a good battle. It all depends on what this Groudon's speed is. Here's the Water Spout. Does connect. It won't be enough to knock out there. Oh, never mind. It just is. Okay, Ogre. Never mind. I was worried. I thought that wasn't going to be enough. But thankfully, we still do take the game. Even after missing that Origin Pulse in the beginning. That's crucial. Not bad. Ooh, another Ogre Seismitoed. Okay. Charizard, what are you doing there? Different. But they have no Tailwind, so... What is honestly stopping us right now? I'll tell you what, absolutely nothing. Torn, Ogre, Rena, and Ho-Oh. Easy. Easy, easy, easy decision. Not an easy game. Easy decision. Because they can still bring their own Ogre and be very annoying to us. They could also... Zacian's annoying, which is why we're bringing the Ho-Oh. The only reason we're bringing Ho-Oh is for that Zacian. We have absolutely no other reason to bring it. All right, my friend. Sebastian. You don't got a single dex complete? What are you doing, Sebastian? Come on. Even I took the time to do that. Kyogre Seismitoed. Don't love it. Def don't love. But we got Tailwind, they don't. Right? We got Tailwind, they don't. I almost hit Rain Dance. Tailwind, bada bing. Water Spouts, bada bing. That'll still do some sizable damage to Seismitoed. Keep in mind, guys, Seismitoed is neutral to water. Doesn't appreciate it. It's essentially like hitting a Zacian with a Water Spout. It still does. It still will do a ridiculous amount of damage. Their Ogre, on the other hand, maybe not so much. The good news is we're going to get our Water Spout damage before they get their Water Spout damage in, which means that we're essentially going to do more damage with the Water Spout damage, if that makes any sense. Also going to hold our Dynamax here, which is kind of convenient as well. I think I prefer to Dynamax the Ho-Oh or the Serena this game for sure. Their Ogre protects, actually. And they're not Dynamaxing their Seismitoed. So this means their Seismitoed is gonna hurt. Like, itself. Well, bye. Thanks for stopping by, you warded friend. Ribbit, ribbit, good night. In comes a Lecky. Should someone tell my opponent that we have Tailwind up? Here's a Hurricane. Here's a Water Spout. Man, this is just Ogre things happening right now. Oh, this is what... No way you live. There is... That better be an Ogre, because if that's a Lecky, there's no way. There's no way a Lecky lives. Lucky's about to take a Water Spout. And a Hurricane. Good night, Lucky. I specifically calced Lucky to live a Water Spout after Dynamax. What about the Hurricane? Okie dokie. Ice Beam? Okay. You got my Tornadus to 1 HP. I'll give you that. That's just rude. That's just rude. Now I'm guessing Zacian's their last. It always is. Wow. It would have been nice to Hurricane the Ogre here, but I guess it's not happening. They're definitely gonna Dynamax their Ogre here. They have no reason not to, so. But I also have no reason not to just keep doing what I've been doing. So let's do that. You're planning on Dynamaxing something soon, my friend? Don't get too confident that my Tornadus is frozen. Play rough. It will hurt. Will knock me out. Wow. That I didn't expect. Okay, that's good cock to know. Follow the Ice Beam. They do bring us down to a 2v2 situation. Our Tailwind is unfortunately gone now. Or do we have one more turn? We might have another turn. Wait, did we just lose? Hold on. I'm seeing a way that we lose this. Oh, Tailwind is up for another turn. Thank goodness. Hold on. I was so worried for a second. Because this means that I can just get rid of the Zacian and then stress a little less. And then go for the Ogre. Oh, thank goodness. I thought we lost. If that Tailwind was gone, there was a world where we lost this. Because then I'm pretty sure that the Ogre could have Dynamaxed. Maybe not taken out my bird, but definitely done like a stupid amount of damage to it. And depending on what my opponent's decision was, they could have knocked out my bird and left me alone with the Serena. Or they could have just... I don't know. There was a lot... This game felt closer than it was if that Tailwind didn't have this extra turn. Like, thank goodness the Tailwind had an extra turn there. Kyogre protects. My goal here was to try to bypass any protects. Right? So that's why I went for the Zacian. To at least stop Zacian. Or at least stop one of their Pokemon. So it could be a 2v1 instead of a 2v2. And now with only Ogre left, I don't think my opponent brings us back. Like I said, they have a Dynamax. They haven't used it yet. I don't know if they realize they haven't used it yet, but... Oh no, they did use it! Rillaboom! Oh yeah! They did that thing with the Dynamax Rillaboom that didn't work. Oh yeah. I completely forgot. Well, anyway, here you go. Ogre can't take this. I would have to miss Power Herb and be -5. Oh, you outspeed everything. Thankfully, it didn't matter. It ironically did more damage to my Serena than it did my Ho-Oh. That Origin Pulse did no damage to Ho-Oh. You guys are wondering why I have Assault Vest on Ho-Oh. That's why. Okay, since we had like a very early first battle, we'll go ahead and stick another battle here at the end. Hold on, how many range setters you need? Politoed and Kyogre on the same team? That's different. I mean, it definitely guarantees that rain will be up 100% of the game. I totally recognize that and I accept it. But there's also nothing stopping me from Tornadus and Ogre, right? If I Torn Ogre, bring Serena, I think I bring Ho-Oh here and I win. Hey, I brought it last time. I won last time. Let's do it again. If it ain't broke, we don't fix. But this is the first time I'm seeing Politoed in a long time, though. I feel like since Series 6 or Series 5 or even Series 4. Like, it's been such a while since we've seen Politoed. Ever since Kyogre was introduced, we didn't see Politoed anymore. Same thing goes for Pelipper. They go Rilla and they go Ogre. It's definitely interesting. I mean, I think I go for the KO on Rilla, right? This might be a little greedy, but I think I definitely do go for the KO on Rilla. So let's do that right now. Let's go for the swap here into our Serena. Let's go for the Hurricane in on their Ogre. Now, if this is a Assault Vest Ogre, we might not KO. But if it's not, we do. Then next turn, assuming my Serena lives, which it should, we Tailwind. Grassy Glide, not today. We got a whole Queenly Majesty for you. Here's a Hurricane. Gonna connect. Gonna do some big damage. Could be Assault Vest, could not be. Followed by the Water Spout. That's gonna bring our Tornadus to Sash. And destroy our Serena, unfortunately. That was more damage than I wanted it to be. Okay, well, we still go for the Tailwind here. Just because we want to get that Tailwind up before we go down. And let's go for the Power Whip on their Ogre. It's Power Whip in grassy terrain. And since they went for the Water Spout and they don't have Tailwind support, I feel like that is a Scarfed Ogre. So they're either gonna have to force the switch or just take this Power Whip. Or Dynamax, right? Oh, they forced to switch the Rilla into the Kingdra. And then what is this, a Protect with Ogre? Yeah, okay. Well, our Tailwind should help us mitigate that Kingdra speed. Now, I think what I want to do is double down into the Ogre, though. No, actually. Ooh, that Kingdra causes some issues for us. I actually want to throw some hits into this Kingdra. I feel like Kingdra's a bigger threat than Ogre. I don't know why I feel that way. I just do. I feel like Kingdra can seriously turn this game around in a way that I don't like. Okay, good. Now what do you have? Zacian. Don't like that. Don't hate it, don't like it. Indifferent to it. Anyway, here's a Hurricane. Great damage onto Kingdra. Followed by our Power Whip is gonna connect. That's a Kingdra gone. That's amazing. Is that must be Modest Kingdra because we're adamant. Or they're not max speed. One or the other. That Zacian's staring us down. I don't like it too much. I'm surprised how long my my Tornadus is stay on the field though. It's impressing me. Now hopefully they go into Rilla. Yes, back into Rilla. I can definitely make this play. So all I gotta do is swap in the Ho-Oh to preserve the Tailwind for later. And protect my Rina here. Specifically from the big dog in front of us. And also, this is a great opportunity at Dynamax here, right? See, Fake Out. They forgot about Queenly Majesty again. And Behemoth Blade. Nice, good protect. We're playing well. I'm liking this team. This team is feeling like I should have brought this to the IC. I haven't lost yet. I'm liking this a lot. Yeah, we Dynamax this. Go right for that Max Quake onto that spot. And I mean, let's Power Whip just in case they swap in the Ogre. Just in case. I feel like Power Whip at that health will still be enough to knock out the Rillaboom anyway. Queenly Majesty's going hard right now, man. Serena's such a good mod to have against the Rillaboom. Such a great counter. Keep in mind they do still have a Dynamax attack. They're probably going to hold it for their Ogre, though. Which is another reason why I have to start getting as much special defense buffs as I can right now. Alright, Ho-Oh. Show me what you got. There's nothing Zacian can do to Ho-Oh. I guess that's one thing I can do to Ho-Oh, but we're going to be able to knock out the Rilla here. Bada bing! Goodbye. We also do have our own Kyogre. We haven't lost that yet. Here's a nice old Max Quake. Gonna get some pretty free damage on the Zacian. Gonna get some special defense for when the Ogre comes back in. And I think I have to preserve this Serena. That was a nice crit through the Protect, though. I'll take that. I definitely have to preserve the Serena when I'm fighting against the Kyogre. Rain stops. Perfect time to bring their Ogre back in. Surprised Serena was allowed to stay on the field for as long as it is. Our Tailwind Peters. The grass also disappears. Question is, do I have to throw away my Serena yet? I'm actually not too sure. I think Serena can just stay on the field and protect, right? They're going to Dynamax their Ogre, right? But a Dynamax Ogre still should have knocked out my Serena. So I'm going to hold it for as long as I can and protect. And then I'm going to try to go for the Zacian here. Get the KO on the Zacian if I can. My opponent right now is regretting bringing the Zacian to the Ho-Oh matchup, man. You think Ho-Oh in the rain is bad? They're not Dynamaxing yet either. Behemoth Blade, still not going to happen on the Serena. Oh, by the Water Spout, we should eat this with the Assault Vest plus the +1. That doesn't look like eating. Oh, that was a crit, guys. So assume that my Assault Vest and my +1 weren't there. That's how much damage that would have done. Wow, that's nuts. I'm still able to live it, though. Okay, Ho-Oh, I see you, big dog. What's next for us? I'm gonna Quake, and I'm gonna swap here into my own Ogre. I think Ho-Oh goes down here. And if Ho-Oh goes down, I set Tailwind back up. And then my Tornadus will go down. And then in Tailwind, I will bring the Serena back out to defeat the Ogre. We're living at 16, folks. We're not going down just yet. Here's a Max Quake. Not just yet. We're now a +3 special defense assault vested Ho-Oh. Alright, we're definitely going to go down like this turn though. It's without a doubt. So I'm just going to go for an attack here. And then I'm going to go for a Thunder. Just because I can. We are Choice Scarf, so let's take advantage of it. I actually didn't even need the Serena, I think. I should be... Oh, okay. There's the inevitable Dynamax now. I guess they didn't see a point of Dynamaxing while they still had the ability to Water Spout at max HP. So they just waited until that ability was taken away from them to then Dynamax. Honestly, makes a lot of sense. I get it. But here's a Thunder. Oh, and there's a Para. That's just rude. Oh, it's gonna get in with one more hit, the final hit to end the game. Ho's like, I don't even care about you, Kyogre. What are you to me? Nothing. It's a kamikaze attack, but it's fine. We did lose one in the end. And you know what's great about that battle, guys? You know what's awesome about that battle? That was the battle into the Master Ball tier, folks. I'm pretty sure. I think. It took us quite a while to get here. I understand. That's mainly because we start off in like Pokeball 5. So let's go ahead, continue our battles. There's the Master Ball tier, 4375. We finally did it. Now I actually don't want to continue my battles, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, let's get you guys that rental code. And here is the Ho-Oh Kyogre team. A very odd pairing that you didn't really, at least I wouldn't really expect to be next to each other, considering the fact, you know, rain and fire types don't tend to mix very well. But honestly, man, I love this team. Not a single loss in today's episode. We had an extra battle added on to the end, so that's honestly just a great time. If you guys don't already have this rental code, make sure to grab it as soon as you can. I love how we got to use every single aspect of this team. Ho-Oh is an amazing counterization. Love that thing. Kyogre with the scarf is just disgusting. So it's fun to use it sometimes. And then all praise to Serena. Serena did an amazing job in today's video as well. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokésports if you haven't done so already. I'm Kevin, this Pokésports. Have a great night. Peace out. Bye-bye.